everybody, Richard Burt here, and as promised, I wanted to show you how I set up my follow-up sales or follow-up sales funnel after I've done a major event. This weekend, the NBA AllStars were here in town, and I had the pleasure of being able to host a few clients and make some new introductions, some new client meetings with people who are potential clients, if you will. And so what I'm showing you right now is kind of the behind the scenes of how I go about making sure that I do follow-up. If you saw my previous video on how to deal with high net worth individuals, I said follow-up, follow-up, follow-up. The money's in the follow-up. And so what I've done is create this system. I'm using right now Active Campaign, which is kind of a / email marketing tool and a CRM, so a client relationship management tool. And in this section, I've created what we call a pipeline, which is very much like a sales funnel. Inside of my pipeline, I put in my deals and the monetary value of those particular deals. And as I work through these particular steps, if you will, I can just take people and move them from one section to the next. And that will allow my people, not only just me, to know where I am in the pipeline with each individual deal, but it also triggers different things inside of my sales funnel to do different automations based on where a person is in the pipeline. And so let me put that back here, or I'll mess up some stuff. And here's the automation. Now this is something you can do in just about every email marketing tool. Again, I'm using Active Campaign because it's very strong in the automations that I like to create. So let me just go through this. The way to start this automation is if someone is tagged with the NBA All-Star tag and or they enter the pipeline, which I named before, NBA All-Star, that starts a automation that continues to follow up with them. Now, my first email that I send to them is totally custom and crafted. So it'll say, hey, so-and-so, I met you on, and we were at blank. We discussed A, B, C, D, and E, and therefore, as a result, per our conversation, I am sending this to you to outline how I can do ... And you close out. Once that email has been sent, I tag them and then enter them into this particular sequence. My first step in this sequence is to add them to my Facebook custom audience, where I can follow up with them in ads. Now, the great thing about this is that an ad doesn't have to be a buy. It also can be something that's value added that helps to create me as legitimate and an expert in the area that I'm trying to get them to work with me on. 3 days after that, we send an email that follows up with the previous email. Hey, I sent you this, ... 1 day after that, I've directed my email campaign to say, did they click the link? Usually the link is to set up the new set of meetings. Click the link, set up a new meeting. If they say no, I resend them the follow-up email. Eventually, we'll go back in here, we'll add some more emails to the no section so that the follow-up looks a little different. So it's not the same email, it's kind of some of the language is changed. If they say yes, they've clicked that link and then they've set up the meeting and or what have you, whatever the call to action is in the email, there's a follow-up to that follow-up. 5 days later, we send another email. So we are roughly 8 days into the conversation. After that, what I like to do is I like to give myself a personal task, because sometimes when you automate too much, you forget that it's happening. For me, 5 days later on a Monday, and I'm very specific about that because I like Mondays for this particular task, a task is added to the deal, which I showed you earlier, that says call. Inside of that are notes. Call and say A, B, C, D to find out where we are on that particular deal. Once I've done that call, this actually will send them to a different automation that helps to follow up with them. At any time that they have moved into the next phase of the follow-up, this email, this series or automations will stop and another one will start. So it's always crisp, it's always working. And of course, you have the ability to go in and customize and personalize some of the things on the different emails and the calls and follow-up pieces that'll make this deal work. But this, in a nutshell, is my follow-up sequence that I use. In fact, this is the one we're in the middle of creating to follow up with our NBA AllStar conversations. Hope that helps you. Thanks a lot. Good luck. Talk to you later. Peace.